What's the best crypto exchange? I mean, you literally have hundreds to choose from, and the last thing you want to do is send your funds to a dodgy exchange. So in this video, I'm going to give you the top 6 best crypto exchanges out there. I'll compare them side by side and look at their pros and cons. That way, you can measure them up and find the ideal exchange for you. Oh, and I also have some essential hints and tips that could drastically reduce your trading fees. So don't go anywhere. Before I get into this, I need to cover my derriere. Yes, I am a proud Englishman, erudite scholar and crypto evangelist. But there is one thing I am certainly not, and that is a financial advisor. Everything that you see in this video is for educational and illustrative purposes only. With that out of the way, I want to say good day to all the new viewers out there today. The name is Guy, your crypto guy, and over here at the Bureau, my team of crack crypto scientists and I are on a mission to find a cure for crypto ignorance. So if you're interested in leveling up that crypto knowledge, then you'll want to join our community by gently tapping that subscribe button and smashing that little bell. Do that and the grand overlords at YouTube will let you know the moment another video hits the tube. Okay, enough pitter-patter. Let's see which exchanges should you be considering. Now, I'm sure that many crypto veterans like myself are currently getting numerous WhatsApp messages from old school friends and family members who haven't been seen or heard from in years. Sure, it would be great if those people just wanted to catch up. However, I'd wager that most are asking a single question. I hear you're into crypto. What's the best way to buy some of this stuff? Well, aside from the fact that it's probably a good idea to get thoroughly clued up on an asset class before you get exposure to it, the truth is there is no straightforward answer to that question. I mean, we all live in different countries, want access to different cryptos, are interested in using different features, and have different opinions when it comes to mobile apps. The point here is that there is no blanket answer to that classic question, what is the best crypto exchange? So I want to be straightforward and say that these exchange picks are in no particular order. Doing otherwise would certainly be disingenuous. Anywho, the first crypto exchange I'll be sharing with you has been somewhat of a rising star. It's one that's exploded out of seemingly nowhere to become the 3rd largest crypto exchange, at least according to CoinMarketCap. And that would be the FTX exchange. Now, this global exchange was founded back in 2017 and has recently moved its headquarters from Hong Kong to the Bahamas, probably a good move given the previous form of the CCP. Another thing to note is that FTX has been backed by people with some very deep pockets and raised eye-watering amounts of money. For example, the first major funding round in 2021 saw $900 million being raised and a further $420 million later in the year. According to my calculations, that's a staggering $1.3 billion. Those investors included a swathe of venture capitalists, high net worth individuals, and even traditional finance stalwarts like BlackRock. On top of that, you also have the GOAT, Tom Brady, and his wife Giselle, who are shareholders in the exchange. So, talk about star power. So, this exchange has some major backers who have raised a ton of money, but how have they spent it? Well, on a bunch of major sponsorship deals, for one. That strategy seems to have paid off, with FTX now logging more weekly visitors than even Coinbase. But who can use FTX? Well, the exchange accepts every country, but with a few exceptions, and half of that list reads a bit like an international naughty list. So, if you're living in places like North Korea, Afghanistan, Iran, Crimea, and Sevastopol, you won't be able to create an account here. Then you have the likes of Japan, Cuba, and Antigua and Barbuda that are also restricted over there at FTX. And finally, if you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave, you should know that you'll have to use FTX's US version of the exchange. Yes, there are some key differences between the global and US version of the exchange. But I go through all of those in a dedicated FTX US video that I prepared earlier. So if you are a US-based investor, then you can watch that video, which I've linked to below in the description. Back to FTX Global. When it comes to deposit methods, FTX supports bank cards and bank transfers. However, as with most crypto exchanges, you'll pay through the nose to use that bit of plastic to deposit. I'd recommend that anyone using FTX use bank transfers to get that done. They're free. But a word of caution when it comes to withdrawals. If you are withdrawing less than $10,000 from the exchange, then you should know FTX does charge a pretty ridiculous $75 fee for withdrawals under 10K, something to be aware of. Now, FTX's trading interface looks like this. Here you can place those limit and market orders along with a plethora of other more advanced order types too. I know that to the uninitiated this all looks super complicated to use. However, I can assure you that it is quite straightforward if you know how. So, if you need a walkthrough on exactly how to trade on FTX, then be sure to watch my video on that here. Now, there is one thing that could inhibit your long-term trading profits, and that is exorbitant trading fees. Trust me, medium to long term, these can really add up. So, how are these fees at FTX? Well, let's assume that you're going to be placing a market order. This would then imply that you're going to pay a taker fee, i.e. you are taking liquidity off the books. Taker fees at FTX start at a mere 0.07%. Yes, you can get further discounts based on volume, but unless you are some mega-rich crypto nutcase, then I doubt many of us do more than $2 million in trade volume every 30 days. However, you can crush those down further by stacking multiple fee discounts. First, you can hold FTT tokens to get an additional fee discount. Yes, some of those FTT holdings are insane, but I imagine that most of us could stretch that $100 in FTT tokens to bag that additional 3% fee discount. Also, I've been able to secure you guys a special deal at FTX. Sign up to FTX using my link in the description below, and you'll also get an additional 10% off trading fees for life. Do that and you'll smash those fees down to around 0.06%. That's honestly super low compared with many other exchanges out there. Also, if you use that link to sign up, you'll get your first $30 in trading fees for free. So yeah, you can try out this exchange with no fees at all. But how many cryptos are there on the shelves over there at FTX? Well, there are around 275 available, which should honestly cover most of your altcoin dabbling needs. When it comes to customer support, FTX operates an email ticket system. Yes, I would prefer live chat, but there are honestly few exchanges out there that offer that level of customer support. That being said, you could always hit those chaps up using their numerous social platforms too. But what other features are on offer at this exchange? Well, they do run an occasional initial exchange offering, which gives you access to early-stage projects, an NFT marketplace, the ability to trade tokenized stocks like Netflix, and prediction markets like will Trump win the 2024 election. In addition, you can use the FTX Quant Zone to automate your trading strategies. That way, you won't need to be chained to a computer all day. Also, FTX gives you the opportunity to earn crypto interest via margin lending. Rates can be as high as 9%, so not too shabby. Okay, so that's FTX, a top hotshot crypto shop. However, there is another really popular US-based exchange that has to be on the list of top exchanges out there. My second pick has to be Gemini. Now here's a fun fact. This exchange was founded by the Winklevoss twins. Yep, the chaps who had a bit of a falling out with Mark Zuckerberg over who came up with the idea of Facebook. This exchange opened its doors back in 2015 and has made regulatory compliance one of its main selling points. They even took out ads on the New York subway with the message, quote, "Finally, a regulated place to buy, sell, and store crypto." They're also regulated by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Now that is a big deal, as most crypto exchanges just block users from NYC. That's because that New York regulation is super tricky to comply with. But it's a hoop that Gemini have been able to jump through successfully. So, who can use the exchange? Well, literally every US state is accepted, along with around 60 other countries spanning every continent except Antarctica. Link to that supported country list can be found in the description of this video. When it comes to deposit methods, Gemini actually has quite a number of options. These include wire and bank transfers, ACH transfer, Apple Pay and Google Pay, and debit cards. But let's face it, most of you are going to want to avoid deposit fees like the 3.49% charged for rubbing that debit card. Now the good news is that there are free deposit options here, with ACH and wire transfers being free. Moving on though, let's take a look at that all-important trading platform. And let's start off with Gemini's active trader platform. It's probably about as straightforward as you could make a trading interface. Definitely not as advanced as the likes of FTX or some of the other exchanges that I have on my list. I won't go into it in detail here, but that's mainly because I have a dedicated Gemini exchange walkthrough that's also linked to in the top right for your viewing pleasure. Moving on though, how about those all-important trading fees? Well, you're going to want to avoid Gemini's default trading method. Yes, it is super easy to use. However, you'll be charged 1.49% for order amounts of $200 or more and an extra convenience fee of 0.5%. So yeah, nearly 2%. Compare that with FTX's 0.06% and you'll notice that fees there are over 30 times higher. In other words, crazy expensive. That being said, fees on Gemini's active trader platform are more reasonable, starting at 0.35% for taker fees. That is still nearly 6 times higher than FTX. So yeah, you'll definitely be paying for the privilege of using Gemini. When it comes to customer support, the exchange also offers an email ticket system alongside a help center stocked full of articles to help you. Now, I wouldn't say this is the best support in the world. However, it's not the worst either. Now, when it comes to crypto asset support, over 50 cryptocurrencies are available here. Not the widest selection, but probably enough for most people out there. In terms of other exchange features, I need to level with you. Gemini has basically focused on being a straight-up exchange. However, they do have a great mobile app. So if you're a fan of mobile trading, this could be up your street. So that's Gemini, a well-regulated OG exchange with some serious backers and a simplistic trading platform. But what if you're the type of person who believes there is safety in numbers and you just want a well-trodden path into crypto? Well, you'll want to listen up. My third pick has got to be Coinbase. Now, many crypto vets won't want to admit it, but they most likely have used Coinbase to get in and out of crypto at some point. Indeed, Coinbase was one of the first companies to get into the crypto exchange game back in 2012. Oh yes, they also listed on the US stock market early this year too. That might be important to those who believe that publicly traded companies are held more accountable than privately owned ones. Now, Coinbase is still insanely popular. This exchange has over 73 million verified users with $255 billion in assets on the platform, and there is a ton of quarterly trade volume there to boot. In terms of regulatory compliance, Coinbase has quite the collection of licenses. Those include dozens of money transmitter licenses for US states, and they're also registered as a money services business with FinCEN in the US. So yeah, if you value that sort of stuff, then this is certainly something to bear in mind. When it comes to supported countries, Coinbase is available to residents of over 100 nations. That also includes every state in the US except Hawaii. I've popped the full list in the description if you want to browse that at your leisure. In terms of deposit methods, Coinbase offers a variety of options contingent on which country you're based in. That include things like bank transfers, credit or debit cards, and even PayPal. Those looking to dodge ridiculous deposit fees will want to opt for bank transfer. For example, SEPA transfers are free for those living in Europe. Moving on to trading interfaces, Coinbase actually has 2 different ones. That's because when you create a Coinbase account, you'll automatically be creating an account at both Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. It's the same login and password for both accounts. Those who want to access more advanced trading options should definitely opt for the Pro version of the exchange. But how low are those fees at Coinbase Pro? Well, maker and taker fees start at 0.5% and scale down according to how much you trade within 30 days. I imagine that most of you will be hitting that 0.5% or 0.35% fee level. So, if you're not going to be doing a lot of trading and want a heavily regulated exchange, you might want to opt for Gemini instead. Now, Coinbase has significantly expanded the range of cryptos on offer at the exchange over the last year, with a selection of around 100 to choose from. I'd wager that would be more than enough for most people. For customer support, Coinbase offers email ticketed support. However, I'm going to be straight up with you. My personal experience has been goddamn awful. I literally got ignored for weeks. So yeah, if that's something that matters to you, then you might want to look at other options. In terms of other features of note, I've got to give it to Coinbase. They have a phenomenal mobile self-custody wallet. To use it, you don't need a Coinbase account, and you can store over 500 cryptos and a bunch of NFTs all in one place. So if you're looking for a free mobile wallet, then you might want to give that a spin. The exchange also offers you access to a Coinbase card too. That allows you to spend your crypto wherever Visa is accepted. Pretty neat. Yes, you'll have to pay around £5 to get one, and there isn't any crypto cashback like many other competitors, but still a pretty cool option to have. But what if you're interested in using an exchange used by crypto OGs? Well, my next option will probably be right up your street. At 4, I have Kraken. Now, Kraken pretty much has the longest track record of any operational crypto exchange out there. It started way back in 2011. Although Kraken Pro's trading interface could do with an upgrade, in my book, there is still a lot to like about this crypto exchange. I'm not going to dwell on this one too much here, as I've recently done a dedicated review telling you everything you need to know about Kraken. So if that tickles your fancy, then you know where to go. But what if you're the type of person who lives with the mantra, bigger is better? Well, you'll want to consider the biggest crypto exchange out there, wouldn't you? My 5th exchange option for you needs to be Binance. Yes, this is a legendary crypto exchange seen by many as the Big Daddy. It's currently the largest exchange in the world for spot trading. Honestly, go speak to your friends who hold some crypto. The chances are they have an account at Binance. The reason why is due to the vast array of altcoins available here, great liquidity, and extensive exchange features. It is true that Binance has recently been in the regulatory crosshairs in several jurisdictions, and that's led to Binance having to make sweeping changes when it comes to its KYC procedures. Yes, that is a pain in the behind for many crypto traders. However, in fairness, this seems to be where the wind is blowing in the markets. But who can use Binance? Well, the truth is, it's not exactly clear. I haven't been able to find an accepted or restricted country list from any official Binance source. But after a bit more digging, I can narrow it down a bit. It seems that you won't be able to use Binance if you're based in Singapore or if you're based in Ontario, Canada. Given that China banned all crypto transactions earlier in the year, it's also safe to say that you can't use Binance if you live there either. Yes, those regulatory and legal situations can be fluid, so I'd recommend that you just search Binance alongside your country name and see what comes up before creating an account here. Binance actually supports dozens of different fiat currencies, the most I have seen at a major exchange. That's damn important for those living in exotic locations with a funky local currency, as you're more likely to be able to avoid those foreign exchange fees to deposit in major currencies like the US dollar or euro. In terms of deposit methods, the exchange supports bank transfers, credit and debit cards, and P2P trading. But I'd strongly recommend you use that bank deposit method to optimize on those fees. When it comes to that all-important trading interface, Binance is perhaps the most gorgeous out there. It's certainly beloved by many crypto dabblers at any rate. I'm not going to go through it over here, but I do encourage you to watch my complete Binance exchange walkthrough. Hit that link in the top right to open up a new tab and come back to watch it later. Okay, how are those trading fees? Well, the highest fees anyone will pay is 0.1%. That compares super favorably with every exchange I've mentioned on this list, aside from FTX. However, you'll crush those fees by 25% if you pay for them using Binance's BNB coin. That discount slashes those fees to 0.075%, a decent reason to hold a small stack of that if you're using this exchange. Then I have a special deal which gives you another 20% off trading fees, which brings those bad boys down to 0.06%, a similar level to FTX. So if you want to bag yourself that deal, then you'll want to sign up to Binance using my link in the description below. In terms of supported cryptos here, you'll have around 400 to choose from, a vast selection indeed. Now, when it comes to customer support, the exchange offers a version of live chat, something that I love to see. Yes, you shouldn't expect those support agents to respond to you immediately, but you will get an email when they revert back to you on that all-important query. Pretty nice. In terms of additional exchange features, there are a ton available here. Feel free to watch my dedicated video I referenced earlier if you want the full DL. But what if Binance doesn't quite float your boat, and the coins that you're looking to trade are not being offered here? Well, I have one more option for you. My final top crypto exchange is Kucoin. Now this is one of the favorite exchanges amongst altcoin degens and crypto newcomers alike. Apparently, 1 in every 4 crypto holders has an account here. One key reason for that popularity is the amount of exotic altcoins available here. I mean, Binance looked pretty crazy offering you the opportunity to get your hands on 400 different cryptocurrencies, but Kucoin goes beyond even that by giving you access to over 500. So yeah, if you're into hunting for low-cap gems, then Kucoin is probably an exchange that you want to have an account at. In terms of fiat deposits, Kucoin supports Visa and MasterCard and bank transfers via its P2P marketplace. Now, I'll be honest, there are easier exchanges to use to get into crypto. The way I've personally used Kucoin in the past is to convert my fiat into Bitcoin on another exchange and send that crypto to Kucoin for my altcoin dabbling. In terms of which countries Kucoin supports, it's also a pretty tricky one to narrow down. However, I would certainly avoid this exchange if you're based in a country like the US or China. But what about those trading fees? Well, Kucoin has a standard taker and maker fee of 0.1%, like Binance. Yes, you could reduce those fees by trading a crazy amount, but who's really going to trade more than 50 BTC within 30 days? Similar to some of the other options before, you can cut those fees by paying them using Kucoin's native token, KCS. Do that and you'll get a 20% fee discount from the get-go. But here's the thing, I've been able to negotiate you guys a really special deal. Sign up using my link and you'll get an upgrade to VIP level 3. Doing that will further cut those fees down by up to 60%. Link to that is in the video description down there. Quickly moving on to the trading interface, it's also pretty advanced. Therefore, it would help if there was a complete online guide somewhere that showed you how to use it. Moving on, in terms of Kucoin customer support, they do offer something that looks like live chat. However, this customer support bot basically funnels you to numerous articles, and if you cannot find the answer there, then you're basically sent to report your query using email. That support isn't bad, but I wouldn't say it's quite as good as Binance's. In terms of additional features, Kucoin offers a heck of a lot. I know that many crypto dabblers like the idea of trading bots to automate their strategies. Kucoin offers one of those entirely for free. So it's no surprise that these are damn popular. Over 4.5 million bots have been created here. Those into earning crypto interest are also spoilt for choice here. Kucoin's crypto lending product gives you the ability to earn interest on dozens of different coins and tokens. Some of those rates can be in the high double digits. There are also a bunch of promotions running over here too, so you'll definitely want to hit that promotions tab to see what's running. Yes, there is a lot on offer over there at Kucoin. If this video has piqued your interest, then you'll want to watch that Kucoin mega guide I alluded to earlier. Alright guys, that's about all I have time for today. I hope you found this video useful and it serves as a solid basis to help you pick the right crypto exchange. Yes, exchange security is super important, and I've gone into the ins and outs of that at every exchange in my dedicated exchange reviews, so be sure to watch those too. That being said, I know it's tempting just to leave your whole crypto stack on an exchange. I would urge you against that. No matter how safe an exchange is, there is always a risk. So I'd recommend you keep most, if not all, of your funds off exchanges and store them in a hardware wallet for maximum security. I've also linked to a handy video about hardware wallets in the description of this video, which I also suggest giving a watch. And don't forget that if you want to sign up to any of these exchanges and bag one of those deals, then you'll want to sign up using the links in the description below. And now I want to hear your thoughts. Which is the best cryptocurrency exchange? Have you got any questions? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, if you got value from this video and you appreciate the efforts of my team at the Bureau, then take 2 seconds out to smash that like button. If you'd like to see even more videos from me, then tap that subscribe button too. I'll catch you all later on.